will depend on the doesn't mean na kung short ang inyong building, lang siya because because there are some frequencies na natural periods that we need to consider both sa structure and sa soil. So it doesn't follow nung ang buo ang inyong building atin ang magamit sa code. So you will learn more of that when you reach earthquake engineering. And another reason for our bending moment is for your moment transfer from beams. So you had this in your C15. Let's say na ito dia or napakay. If you're going to analyze that using approximate analysis, eventually na kami makakuha kaya na may pasan dito sa graph. So in that case, no, your columns no, would actually have some deflections happening. That's why there's almost zero possibility that your columns will be in purely action. So aside in secular to exceptional. So that's why this afternoon we're going to include the bendings of our RC columns, especially for the thing with RC columns is that mura mo siya dito, di ba? Tindog lang. So if ito na ang load, okay, so movement na sa dito, no? And then this would be compression, this would be tension. So na yung tension side na portion din yung body. So that's why I mean that force. Okay, so for the eccentricity of applied loads, so we have here something like this. Of course, the theoretical is the loading will pass through the centroid. We already know that. And then, if there will be an introduction of small eccentricity, it will have a large action load but small moment. So, the failure will occur by crashing. So it's almost the same for drill crashing po siya. So wala kayo problema no if gamay ang atong eccentricity. And then of course no, as the eccentricity will increase and eventually it will be too large, okay? In that case your column will now behave as a beam and it will fail as a beam. So dapat siya that time to control in case there are very large moments. So of course we want our columns to be compression controlled because compression will be action. Okay, so these are the column strains. Okay, so it's purely action. You will have something like this, straight line and strain. Okay. This is all throughout the section. But if you introduce movements, I think you're familiar with this. So you will have some strain both sa concrete and the anti-steel. For example, anti-steel. But this is just for the strain sa mga outer fibers or steel fibers at concrete. And eventually, if we will combine that as a position value, you would have something like that. The action loads and the moments where it will have something trapezoidal. If you're going to add this. Okay? And of course, you have different values of your action loads and different values of your moment, even though the same cross section. Okay? And so there will be some variations in between. P plus M. Okay? And ultimately the failure will occur at different combinations of your different combinations. So, pwedeng gamay si P, dako si M, pwedeng dako si P, gamay si M, or somewhere in between. So, isa na combination of your P and M. So, the way to simplify or medyo musayod na ang atong computation or approximate the term is to approximate our column capacity is with the use of this column interaction diagram. Kung RCD na graph. Mga ni-indicate mo nila graph sila kuha sa PM markaha o sa number of rebars required for a particular column. So what's this column interaction diagram? So this allows engineers to quickly determine if a column section is adequate for the simultaneous application of action force and bending moment. Okay, so once an interaction diagram is generated for a specific column, we highlight because this is the problem with interaction diagram. So need siya to use specific column. Kaya baka niya or the way the liwas of the figure, materials property niya, symmetry prime, vapor properties, y, and something to do also with the ratios and yung dimensions of your column. Okay, so there are dimensions, strength and speed reinforcement and strength. So there are parameters that needs to be consistent between the column that you're designing and the one you will see in the interaction diagram. Dapat coincide siya in a way. So once you have that diagram or interaction curve sa urban sources, you can plot the factor action load and factor bending moment that your column will need to resist. Actually, di man necessary na factor. Pwede man siya NM or PM. In fact, the axis of that is PM na. If you want to introduce na reduction factors, you can have your PU and MU. So, sana siya. So, it should look something like this. No? Although this is the generic form, just to introduce you what are the components of your interaction diagram. Okay? So, your diagram by definition, your interaction diagram by definition is a diagram showing the interaction or relationship between two functions. So, two functions on the side, you will have your action loads and your moment. Okay, and then somewhere in between, you will have some combinations of your action and bending moments. Okay, and then of course, to properly use our diagram, we will have something like this, not in which it will be generic to most of the columns. For example, in this case, if yung rebars, for a column is naka-spread all throughout the faces, you can use something like this. So as long as you can see prime is like this, no? So likewise, and more of this. Okay, and then of course now this one will have your ratio. Okay, so your diagram is generated by various strain distribution, and from pure compression to pure tension. So your interaction diagram will have basically 5 zones or 4 so you have your gear compression here at the top. So kung ano yung the y-axis is for the action only, and the x-axis is for the bending or the movement. Okay. So of course here you have your zero manipulation, so you have zero movement. So everything here is purely action. So you have your compression. Okay, and then somewhere down below there is your pure tension, opposite to your pure compression. It is the same axis, no? Is your pure tension. Okay, and then going there, another moment, your columns will now have moments. Again, due to the eccentricities, your load application. Okay, so you will have somewhere point C as pure bending. So ini wala zero naman ang y-axis. So you will have your bending. But of course, no, as with your beam, you will have something like a balance conditions. So balance loading should be somewhere here. Depende sa atong point. And of course, no, the somewhere in between values, you have your point B here, no? So it's an asa. So your interaction curve. That's your T, and the coordination that is Bn for x-axis and Mn for the y-axis. And you notice na naka-broken line ng atong pure tension area. Because we do not want to follow especially your RC column to be in tension because concrete is weak. So we do not want our design to be this portion. Okay, and then somewhere this is your balance line, balance condition. Okay. Everything above that will be compression, and everything below that will be tension. Okay, and then we'll have another line, and then here later that says everything up will be brittle, everything down. So this one is one of these lines. Okay, and actually your interaction diagram will also tell you the failure surface of your column. Okay, so na boundary, basically a boundary of your column, because your interaction diagram will vary from column to column. Para sa column might have different interaction diagram. For example, binding ang yung pamilya. Okay, pero katong isa may sira, so it will have different interaction diagram. Regardless no kung lain-lain ba yung interaction diagram, it remains no na yung boundary here will be your failure surface. Okay, and whatever the loading or the bending, the moment that you're going to compute for a particular column, ito dapat mo lapas anak na boundary. Okay, so for example, so in case your PN is computed somewhere here, pero makabot dito sa moment ay hindi mo mula taas na kayo na kaya moment, so you will have somewhere here. So it's gonna be really decide your goal because lampas ang isa. Okay? If your design is somewhere here, then PN na rin dito taas ang PN, pero gamay ang moment. Okay, so ito na natin target dapat. Dako ang compression, gamay ang movement. So that your column will not act as a key. So it's okay. It's okay. Especially kaya na siya sa compression zone. Okay? So if taas kayo ang movement, tayong gamay kayo ang P, para din of course no, that's no longer allowed as a column. Hindi siya sa beam. Pero as a column, so your column will now be very phone. So in cases of generate siguro. Pero ato yung identify for our design. Okay. Now what if halok lang dyan din sa ato finger surface? Pwede na ba? Okay. Obviously green man siya, no? So the answer is yes and no. Pwede siya, pwede po na pili. Because if you notice, these are EN values and MN values o mga nominal na siya values. So once you introduce your reduction factor, may matag reduction factor for our design, this column here, no, will no longer be applicable because once you introduce your reduction factors, of course your failure surface will go down. Okay. So medyo na po siya on down, 65% ka na ipagamit basta column, no, in compression. So nako kayo yung reduction, no? For tension is here 90%. So you will have some. So if your design or the DN or the MN of your column is located here, okay, so it might not be adequate. So pwede siya if it's theoretical values, no? Theoretical values hindi natin yung nominal values. Okay? But if we're going to the actual capacity, it will not be adequate. So pwede siya explain. Okay. So what do you think is the reason na dako na siya? I mean, mas gamay na reduction factor compared sa beam. So this is for columns. Mga na itong gumilawan sa beam, di ba? So why do you think is that? Okay. Kasi, what do you think? Mas strong na. So anong 65% pa man ang paggamit sa kung ulo. Pero sa beam pwede na-indicate. Ayan, kasi kung ano compression na. Ano kang 65% pa siya compression. Siya mag-carry sa alsa. So, mag-violate. Mas dako ang sa. Mas dako ang sa. No idea? Ano? Right, yes. Subject to compression. Ano ang nakalay? Mas ligpon man dapat. So, kung ligpon ang concrete sa compression, dapat hindi i-reduce yung capacity. Itong ang beam? Okay, dami itong ang sama. So, the reason for that is dapat mas ligpon inyong mas dugay bukay inyong column kaysa beam. Kaya kung lipunon ninyo ang beam, kunya with ang inyong column, mas ipag-grab ka rin yung beam, pero nahugtog na yung column, bubag yapon ang beam. The reason for that is to avoid this phenomenon na strong beam with column phenomenon. Wherein your beam is designed as mas strong siya kaysa sa inyong column. So, to prevent that, so kini lang atong code, yan ipa-reduce iyang capacity. So, you have your 35% allowance in case something goes wrong. For beams, of course for beams, wala tayo choice but because we need our beams to be locked. But in essence, dapat yung unang phase si beam kaysa ang column. Kung mag-una rin si column, wala sa iyo rin po. So, maugno ninyong structure, intact ang beam, pero na crash na. Okay, so that's the reason naman ng ninanang niya reduction factor. Okay, and just in case no, you will have different sets of reinforcing bars. For example, this one, you have 6 here. Okay? So, parang number 9 yung bar. English lang siya, but the concept is the same for electric bars. Okay? So, if 6 lang puno ang iyang bars, okay, on both faces lang, wala lang po nakita ng face. So, you will have an interaction diagram that should look like this. Pero, the same column, the same material properties for concrete, and then i-increase ninyo ang inyong number of bars. So, for example, 8. So, mahimo ni upat ninyo instead of tulong upat, hindi upat. So, of course, no, based on the steel ratio, you have your steel and your concrete, no? So, that's BD particular. So, most of mga itong ratio. Most of itong ratio, and then kung 10, kung malima na po na, most of itong ratio because you will have an increase of your steel area, pero remains the same area sa inyong that's why you will see later, no? You will see that our interaction diagram will have different curves here representing the steel ratio of that particular column. Okay, so it should look like this, no? So still it's PM and PM, so walang pa ni siya application of the reduction factor. So PM pagyapo siya, and you have your PM. One thing you will notice is that nahimo na siya PN and RN instead of M. Ito siya is. So here, no, you will have your different curves, different interaction curves with a different, with the variation of your steel ratio. So for 1% steel ratio, you will have something like this. And then as you increase your steel ratio, so like that, like that, like that. Okay? And then based on the actual loading, kanang atong given, the dead load from our live load, and as well as the computed moment, we can now plot diode based on our diagram here. Values here and values here. We can now approximate, no, kung for example, kung diri mo igo, okay? So you will now approximate your column to have a steel ratio of 2%. So 2% na yun times the area of your concrete, you will now have your steel area, and then you can configure na tayo, no? If 16 mm yung iton, pila ka buo, 20 or 28 yung pila ka buo. Okay? Now, in order for your interaction curve to be somewhat generic, somehow generic, because as I said earlier, different columns will have different interaction diagrams. So, if you're going to collate all of that, medyo daghan ang inyong mga na interaction diagram. So, to somehow limit that, so ECI normalize the values of our action loads and our moment loads. Okay. So, this is what happened now. So, normalize man siya. So, So this is now divided by your FC prime times your area of concrete. So this say no, your PN you divide into FC prime of your concrete and the area of the gross area of your concrete. So same po din sa inyong moment. No? So natin PN and FC prime over A. Okay? Nalay na introduce na eccentricity for your moment A. Of course, no, our moment is P over E man. So to have a moment, dapat na kay eccentricity. And then, of course, you will have your H here, no, because your E, no, will be dependent also kung asa, for example, itong panera, central. Okay? So, our E, no, will depend on the dimensions here. Okay? So, later on, we will have some ratio of that. So, this is somehow no, a generic interaction diagram for use with rectangular columns, and its configuration for its rebars are like that. Ay rebars sa isip pilit lang. Lahit po ang interaction curve if na yung mga rebars all throughout your column. So like this. Okay? So like siya. That one is for rebars on all four faces. That is all four faces. Atong dito lang ina is just the end faces only. Okay? Or basically two faces lang. Okay? And then you will also have circular. If circular yung column. So if ever magtrabaho mo sa DPWH code, you will be a bridge designer. Our bridge columns, no, kanang itawag na piers. Yung tawag na, lilit pier na kanang pantalan. Okay? So, most of that is circular columns. Okay? So, you will have something like that. So, nalay ko, no? So, one artist. So, itong ganina, no? You have a normalized value of your interaction term, which your PN is divided by the concrete strength and the gross area. And then here you will have your E, and so basically what happened to that is Rn. You're going to write it in such a way in Russian fractions. You will have your PN times your FC prime times your gross area multiplied by your Q over H. Okay? So that's how your moment is normalized for your diagram. So notice here no ay gamma. So your gamma will be important later to locate your E. Diba? Something like that. Okay? So what's this here? So it's actually here. So pasabot na. So this gamma here is the ratio between your two H's. Okay? And the second H will be the distance of the centroidal distance of your end bars. Okay? Okay, sila. Okay? Versus dayon sa overall na depth sa inyong or height sa inyong column. Okay? So that gamma there is always less than 1. So therefore, ang inyong denominator for the gamma there is kining gamay. No? So sama na siya. Let's say this is so this distance here divided by your H, so you will have your gamma value here. So kining gamma value here, muna siya ito, isa sa tutanawang later on how to use your interaction diagram. Okay? And in the older versions of our code, you will see that company. So medyo siya gumot na naon. So just in case, we will not use this one. So atong gamiton is this one. So medyo di siya mas basta. No? This one, just in case it will come out in your review. No? So ako lang makita. So we have here the same. You also have your PN over FC times ED times your E over H. Okay, so the same Bayapon. And then also this one, the same Bayapon. Okay, so what's different here is way back on God, the ECI is using the E over H na ratio. Okay, so asa man na siya. So it's this one. Pili ng mga line here. That's your A over H ratio. So, yun ay compute sa nadaan. And then you're going to, hanapin yung nasa sa dakika. And then you can compute for your PN. But the idea is the same, but what we're going to use is newer versions. Okay, so caution now. So be sure that the column picture at the upper right side of the interaction curve is the same with the column you're going to consider. So that's a picture. So it's talking about this one here. Okay. So as I've said earlier, kung inyong rebars for your column will be distributed all around, you will use this column as long as it's rectangular or square. Pero if by any chance that your rebars for a rectangular column or square is just like that, may cases na hinanakagin ang gawin. You will only use it dapat parehapon po sa imo dahil design ng column. Okay. And the wrong curves are selected and the answers are, of course, input. Okay? So, let's have some example on how to use our interaction diagram. We have to determine the steel reinforcement required for the short column, and it will support the following loads. We have 1,760 for the action load and 310 kN for the moment of the bending of your column. And the bending here is about the stronger axis. Okay, so if this is X, this is Y, so the bending about the stronger axis is the velocity X. Okay, so yan natin so bend. So basically, that will tell you kung asa patulong ng inyong eccentricity. So, ito na siya the for example. That. Okay, so your load here, and then you will have your yeah. By the way, for interaction diagrams, the location of your P, or basically in the discussion for bending, the location of your P is not the regular centroid na atong nakakita sa geometric shape. Okay? So the problem with RC is that duha ng good siya ka material. So you have your RC, maybe your concrete, and then you also have your steel. Okay? So the centroid of those things, in steel and concrete, may not coincide always. It will depend on the shape of your column. In this case, your column. So that centroid, that we're talking about, hindi ito siya itong geometric centroid, but rather it's from your plastic plastic centroid, no, ako na ito ng plastic centroid siya, hindi siya geometric centroid. So, it will differ, no, based on the number of your rebars and based also on the shape of your concrete. So there's a separate discussion for that unta, no? But ako lang skip na because we do not have time. But in any case, if you have katong, di ba nag-introduce ko last time kung naka-L na column, and then point P. Okay? So the geometric center of this is ini, di ba? So if nana siya mga rebars, it will no longer be here. No? It's somewhere here baka or here, or I think it's mostly here. But in the case of rectangular or square or circular column, so medyo tsada, no? Because the centroid of this or the plastic centroid of this is coincidence with your geometric centroid. So that's why neglect siya o para consider, no? Dapat siya plastic centroid na atong location sa atong E. Or atong E will derive from the plastic centroid. So if minani na, so that's why in practice, kaya na naman yan. Okay, guys, nagkakay sa computer. So, mas simple din mga minani. So basically, your geometric centroid here is coinciding with your plastic centroid. Okay, so short dito na. So you have your 1,660 newtons, and then your density prime is 20. Now, one thing you need to consider is that that we have in our book is, of course, kinuha para sa ilang mga American citizens. Someone who uses this English units. Unfortunately, ang US na mga yan ay nabilin US or English ang ilang units. So everyone around the world is now in this line. So in order for us to use this, actually you can make one of our activities supposedly was to create an interaction diagram using Excel, because we can compute our values here. So pure pure compression man siya. So you can use the Pm equals to 0.8 of PO, which PO is 0.55 FC prime of EG minus USD plus ESY, di ba? And then for the PU, 1.65. So pure compression function. So you can compute for this value here. For bending moment or pure moment, you can also compute that. Okay, kaparo naman mo ako ni MM equals to ESFY, or if it's in terms of concrete, no? So you will have your 0.85 FC prime times dV, no? dV times d A over 2, no? So para consistent sila, no? Focus sila in terms of concrete. And then you also have your balance values, no? Katong saan nga nito? So balance something. So you can compute these things here. So that's why in every column you can have your interaction diagram. So supposedly, appeal dito na siya. Appeal dito na siya. I think that mga nag-under ng certain class they were able to make mga Excel man doon na sila. Nagdadhan ng their values. So ma-plug siya na sa tagsalit. Okay. So mag-Excel siya. But in our case, wala na tayo. So therefore, I'm just going to tell you how to use the interaction. Okay. So back here we have our FC prime, no? So since English na ito atong diagram, we are going to convert it diagram will be the one with four PSI value. So, okay. And then ang atong FY is dapat nasa sa 415 or 427. That's for grade 60 or 60 PSI. So, the same thing, 60 PSI. Okay. And then, ang gamma na will vary later. Okay. So, what about if 21 megapascals for grade 40 na na speed? You cannot use this. Okay. You cannot use that. You need to look for another, or you need to make your own. That's why most example you will see in the use of interaction diagram, nakabase na siya sa 4 PSI and 60 PSI ng mga FY and FCY. Okay, so we have the following distances then. Your cover is, edge to center distance of the bar is 6.5 and somewhere in between 6.5. So basically this is how much? 562, 125? No? 500. So 500 siya total. So your D is basically this one. This one 6.5 plus 6.5. Of course your B is 8. Okay? So how do we do that? Corresponding loads first with its nominal values, and then get this ratio, our TN and our RM, so that we will be able to plot with somewhere diagrams for interaction. So what's the CU is 1,660. We're going to divide it with our FC prime na newtons per millimeter. So therefore, ako position is done. Okay. And then your direction na lang. Direction na siya sa PN. PN. PM, so it's on PM. That is PM. You have your PM. Well, divided by FC5 times the gross area of your concrete. But of course, not PM is PU divided by our reduction factor. So our given is 1,660. Okay. Divided by this one, this is 0.65 because expression is 0.65 times your FC prime of 28 times the gross area, which is 500 by 350. 500 by 350. Learn the right center. 1,660. Okay, so by the way, no, this ratio, so dapat unit test is na lang. Okay, ratio man normalize value na siya so that it should be unit test value. So ito lang ito, no? We have newtons here. And then kita mo ni newtons and newtons per square meter times square meter. Okay, and then this one is newtons. So alam ni 52 na value. Okay na, wala na siya unit na your Rn. Rn is Pn. Pwede na yung PNP, no? But I'm used to writing it as tingin ako sa bilang multiplied by your Pn nato is nasa to sila ang ubos para ma-set 165 times 28 times 500 by 350 times your h. Now, ito na yung h na gano'n. 75 or 500?
500.
Ano man?
Ay, 500 is sa gamma dito.
500? Okay. That's because the instruction there is specifying bending about the stronger axis. So, stronger, I mean the H no, is ato mga definition sa ato geometry. Atong longer dimension will be the H. So, in this case, no, bending man ang atong bending. So, our eccentricity is somewhere here. So, therefore, our H is this one. So, you should have 500 here. And then you have your Tn, so 1,660,000 target. But what about E? What's E? R, yeah, R. R sounds right. How do you sort for E? I don't know. Longer or stronger? Ang X. Ang ingon man na dedicate bending about the stronger axis. Kung kaya siya bending about the weaker axis, so din ta patulog. Kanya to. So our B should be somewhere here. Okay. So bending about the stronger axis man ang so that's why parang mag-matter yung kaya small details. Okay. So how do we solve for E? So from here, your E is equals to M over P. M over P. So what's our moment? E equals to M over P. So you man, it doesn't matter if naka-PN or PN because it will cancel out from the force because this is a PN of length this is other PN out. Yeah, its unit is naka-length, so this is not in meters over millimeters. So we have there again N divided by 1,600 here. So, cancel na? Sila. 0.186. 1
8,
187.
7, sir.
7. 187, but the unit of that is meters. So E is 0.187, so type 0.187 meters. Need na tayo convert into millimeters. 187,000. Point 19. Okay, and then unit analysis here should be Newton millimeter. This one here is Newton per square millimeter. Type tulog ako. Tulog ka millimeter. Okay. Cancel ang dua, cancel mo tayo. Wala ka. So we have now our values for our EF and values for our RF. Okay, so we're going to see na dahil our interaction diagram. Okay, but there's one thing that we need to look at first before we could use our diagram. So we actually need our gamma. What's our gamma? This one. That's gamma is dapat less than 1 ang answer, so it should be small value divided by large value. So in that case, it's this second part divided by 500 na? Ilan? 0.75. Okay, 0.75. The problem now is our interaction diagram is obviously we cannot use this one. All phases are not only one, so we need to use this one. Okay? Pero, so check tayo. We have Pascals, we have grade 60. So gamma here is 0.6. Pero we have 0.75. So dapat magparehan silang turo. And dapat parehan madali. So that we can use our interaction diagram. So in this case, you have value. What's the other value I need diagram? So let's look at our namay ba? Namay format dito. Sabi niya. Wala? Russell Brown. Ha? Russell Brown. Russell Brown. Ako, isa yung palis na. Yan, yung format si Russell Brown. Russell Brown. Sakto lang. Russell Brown. Continuous inhibition. Right? Somewhere in the back is the appendices for different interaction diagram. It will be used for the design of columns. So we're looking for rectangular end faces lang ang iyang rivers. And then aside from that, we need also y is 4. I mean 16, then you see prime is 4, and then dapat untak 0.75. No? Pero, if you're going to scroll here, 5.9.
Wala.
Is that ay 0.8. Okay. So, and then we have 0.7. Okay. What's next? So, again, 0.75. Nakatay 0.6. Nakatay 0.5. Okay, so what will happen now? So, one, now siya somewhere in between. You need to consider both table and then interpolate na lang tayo the value that we are looking for. So our problem is looking for the skill requirement. So we're going to be looking for the skill ratio, no? Kung asan na siya mo target na itong 0.52 o C 0.19. So 0.75 money, so we will use two tables or two diagrams. Use 0.7 OC 0.8. Use 0.7 and gamma 0.8. And then we're going to interpolate our values. So other than this, yung final exam mo na with the table, sa mga concept rate. Pero sa skill, di ba? Sa likod na ako, likod naman ko. Stable. Okay. So let's plot. TN. 0.5. Where is that? 0.5. 0.4. Sa mani? 42, 44, 46, 48. Okay? 52 man. Napagiging naman. Now, error. Nalang nakamata. So, ito lang mga nakakot. And then EN is 0.19. Okay. So, sorry. 15, 20, so 16, 17, 18. Okay. At least yung table. Jangan ada error. Sampai here. Not may problema ron. It's somewhere 0.02. Pero pila may exact value 0.2. No? So this is the downside lang of using interaction diagram because it's graphical, so nakakay errors, nakakay errors. Okay? So isa is rason so 65% lang ipagamit sa PCI. So inside here we have for gamma 0.7. For gamma 0.7, 0.7, you have your still ratio of 0.0. For EN equals to 0.52, RN equals to 0.19. Okay? We need the value of gamma 0.75. So we need our 0.8. Okay? So what's our still ratio? If it's 0.8 ang atong gamma, so we need to look at the nila paper na lang tanong atong i-putang niya sa board. Okay na ba? Sa magtuman na yung sumangil na ikuan. Point 7, so we need our 0.8. So again, always recheck if the same ba mo configuration sa reports and the same in yung FY and FC prime and your gamma. We're looking for 0.52 and Ito naman, 0.02. 0.0118. Yan lang, 1 na rin. O mag-check natin. Stop na ni 0.019.
Sure na na.
19. Nakaroon ako na sulat. Muna ito magkakaroon, we're looking at the still ratio. Okay, still requirement man ako ipakita. For the following loads, no, ito si 1660. And then, okay, so interpolate, kinamay. Saan? Yun na.
Ang balance ay 0.
Ha? 0.195. Dito ka ba doon? Okay. Average. Okay na kay Juan man. Tunga man. Nabigit tunga. Patunga per minute.
Tunga na lang sir.
I-round off na lang to 1. So, I hope I could still remember. Alam mo gamit sa ito? Ayan sa akin. Mag-wow. Interpolate. Okay. Naging bayad. Mode, rating start, stress start, mode start, mode start, and then you're looking at this AB plus A plus BX. You're looking at linear regression, linear regression, and then so you will have to. So, ang yung input ini is itong mga given of 3.7 and then 0.8. And then, ang sabihin na sa'yo, ito yung pares ng 0.02 o 0.019. Diba? And then, clear. Ito siya. Clear. Tapos yung going to shift tapos start, shift then start, and then you're going to regression value. So calculate, display the regression calculation based on the input data. So input. So regression, so that's narinig siya sa inyong calculator. Find na siya. So equals na yun. Input is empty. Kalimutan mo sa.
No, ito na mo sir. Nabala ako.
How? 0.07.